Hello and welcome everybody. So I've called this session Data Visualization Without Charts because for most people, when you hear the word data visualization, most people think about bar charts, column charts, pie charts and so on. But actually with Excel, you can do a lot in the data visualization area without actually creating charts. So that's what today's session is about. So the first thing I'm going to cover is Sparklines. Now, Sparklines are a sort of chart. So we do actually, I guess we could call these a chart, but they're not a traditional type of charts. They are small charts, and their purpose is to provide an overview of a set of numbers and not let the user be distracted by titles and axes values and legends and icons and so on and so forth. The term was actually coined in the mid-80s by somebody called Edward Tufte, who is a data visualization pioneer. And then Microsoft added Sparklines to Excel in 2010, and the way they implemented it was as charts embedded into a cell. But quite often Sparkline charts do the job when all you're interested in is an overview rather than the detail and the bells and whistles. So how do we create a Sparkline chart? What we do is we select the data that we want to build the chart from, only the numbers. And once you've highlighted the numbers, click on Insert, and over here on the ribbon, just to the right of the main charts panel, you've got 3 different types of Sparkline. If you want to delete that chart, you can't just go to the cell and press the delete key. You have to go up to the Sparkline menu, which only appears when your cursor's in a cell that has a Sparkline chart in it, and then clear. For example, I want to change that to be a green color to match the Excellent Ice Cream's branding. At the moment it's blue, so I select it. You're actually selecting the cell, not the chart. Go up to the Sparkline menu, go to Sparkline color and select a green. I also want to make it thicker, so I click on the cell, click on Sparkline color, weight, and let's go for 1 1/4, 1 1/2, okay, 1 1/2. There we go, makes it a bit thicker. I can select both rows of data, so it has to be consecutive rows, and then go up to Insert, and this time I'll do a column Sparkline. For the location range, I need to specify 2 cells, so you've got to specify the same number of cells as you've got rows, and click OK. And there is my column Sparklines. So the next thing I'll show you is how to create a heat map. So how do we create a heat map from that data? What we do is we select all of the data, all of the numbers that we want to use on the heat map. And then on the Home tab, we go up to Conditional Formatting. And the conditional formatting option we're going to use is Color Scales. Now there's 12 predefined color scales, and as you hover your mouse over these color scales, it gives you a preview of the data, and the one I'm going to use for a heat map is red white. Next thing I will show you is how to create what's called a waffle chart. Now what is a waffle chart? Those are waffle charts. Waffle charts are an actual type of chart. Excel doesn't support creating waffle charts. You know, you can't go to Insert and then choose from the list of different chart types waffle. Meanwhile, if you want a waffle chart, you have to build it yourself. Apply borders around those cells. So click the borders button and select all borders. That will give me borders around those cells, and put equals sequence open brackets. So the sequence function is just an Excel function. So you tell it how many rows you want, comma, you tell it how many columns you want, comma, and you give it the starting number, close the brackets and enter. There is another way to do it. So if you don't have the sequence function, there is another way that you can do that using a formula. Select all of the cells, and then go to conditional formatting and then new rule. In G1, what I want to do is insert a symbol. So insert symbols symbol. And the function I've just shown you is the REPT function, short for repeat. The REPT function works. It takes a character and repeats it a number of times. I want to repeat the character that's in G1, and the number of times I want to repeat is based on the number that's in B3. Why is it put in 10 E's? Because C3 is formatted as Calibri. So what I need to do is I need to format that cell as Wingdings 2. And there we go. We've now got 10 instances of that character. So if I change that to 8, we've got 8 instances. If I change that to 1, we've got 1 instance. Okay, so that is how you can create, as I said, like a star chart or a ratings chart. How to represent geographical data using the 3D mapping tool. So go to the sheet where you want the maps to be created, then click on Insert and go to 3D Map, Open 3D Maps. What it does is it takes you to Excel's 3D mapping tool. You can also flatten the map. So instead of having a 3D map, you can have a 2D map. With the 2D map, you do actually get to see the names of the states. Okay, you can also tilt the map in different directions. Okay, so we are getting towards the end of the session, so I'm going to stop there. I hope that has been a useful session for you. Lots of different ways that you can present your data in a visual way. Hope it's given you some ideas and some food for thought. So thanks everybody. Take care, stay safe and have a good rest of day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.